yourself free!
Speaking of hypocrites, because I did talk about being hypocritical, one thing that I thought was really hypocritical was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is really unhappy with a particular docuseries for the WWE. Now, for those that don't know, the WWE are doing a docuseries on Netflix called WWE Unreal, where they're going to pull the curtain back. We're going to look at all the behind the scenes, the production behind it all. The video where Triple H is like, somebody check on I Show Speed, when Speed got his speared out of his shoes by Braun Breaker and then pretty much thrown by Otis as well. You know, we're going to see all the backstage. We're going to see practices. You know, we're going to see wrestlers break apart matches and things of that nature. And Stone Cold isn't happy about this. And honestly, that kind of bothers me. That bothers me just a little bit. It was during WrestleMania weekend, Michael Cole announced that WWE is launching a new show called Unreal. The docuseries will give fans a close look inside the WWE writers' room and show how weekly shows and special events are created. Now, according to Variety, the series will have 10 episodes and each one will be 50 minutes long. It's being made by Omaha Productions, NFL Films, Skydance Sports, and WWE. Omaha Productions has also worked on another show called Stephanie's Places. Hey, man, you know, I love to go to Stephanie's Places. But, you know, outside of all that, Steve Austin shares his thoughts. But before Steve Austin shares his thoughts, Devin, please share your thoughts on this WWE Unreal docuseries. Are you a fan of this?
It was just after what you said, then all I see is Triple H faces go past. He was like, "What did you say?
What did you say? Stephanie's Places."
See, man, he always ask me a serious subject, and then I gotta laugh beforehand. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't even like it. I think it's very unnecessary because, like, even when I see those pictures like surface on the internet of like them going through a match, and I see like Roman Reigns, and I see maybe Bret Hart just there randomly, and you can tell they're like going through with the match and stuff. I be feeling like I shouldn't see that. I'd be like, let me say this picture, you know, just to be like, dang, look at all these people in this picture, all these legends and stuff. But I think I shouldn't have saw that. It just, I look at it like with wrestling. It's just like you got to go back to the times where people didn't know what they know now, and it was just like they took it like life and death seriously. Like that's where I can see people coming from that, seeing something like this now on television, Netflix, whatever, and it's just, you know, exposing everything that people was fighting hard to keep the illusion and that magic to keep people coming because they was being wild by what they were seeing in the ring, and not really knowing what was going on. Is what I'm trying to say. I mean, granted, it's been gone, but it's just like kayfabe is dead, but you ain't gotta sit up there and, you know, parade the body through the streets. That's what I'm trying to say.
See, that I disagree with that though. And the only reason why I disagree with that is because first off, I love this documentary. I can't wait for this to happen. I can't wait for this to come out. I'm gonna watch this all day, every day. But the reason why is because I feel like I'm agreeing with you to an extent, because I do agree with you that it should be sacred. We need to keep it protected at all costs. But I think there's a time limit on it. You know, they're showing us what happened at the Royal Rumble, something that happened in January. You know, so honestly, if they're gonna show us behind the scenes and what's happening in June, if they're gonna show us what's happening in October, you know what, something that happened in January, something that happened in February, something that at that point in time I'm still speculating on what's real and what's not. And now, you know, I kind of already got an inkling as to what's real and what's not. And now you're already going to tell me, okay, this is what happened. You know, like if that kind of makes a little bit of sense. I feel like that's pretty much how I see this docuseries being.
Okay, in terms of the in terms of the time span, like if they're gonna talk about breaking down just like the bits and pieces of how something led up to like Elimination Chamber or Royal Rumble, I guess I wouldn't be so. Say if like they're talking like, all right, we're gonna show you all the footage and things leading up to WrestleMania 40 last year. I really don't care no more because it's been done and there's nothing. All these storylines inspired off into other things. I can't even try to tell you where they're going. Then I'm like, okay, you pull the curtain back as much as you want on that. I guess it's just like when I first saw like the thing of it, and I see Triple H talking to Jey Uso like, "We gonna put the rocket on you," and it's before WrestleMania, so I'm just like, "What you want me to tell? You know, what you want me to say?" Like around that moment, so I'm like, I kind of know what's going on. There's no offense. Obviously, I don't mind it. I guess when I see it just in my face and it's so kind of recent, in a few months ago, I don't know. Seeing the curtain pull back so soon, I guess, is my issue. Because obviously we have all these documentaries of things breaking down things from decades ago. You know, we already done went over the Montreal Screwdriver how many times, inside out, upside down. But that was way back in the day. Sorry to somebody. I know somebody was like, "What you mean back in the day?" Hey,
Uh,
to me, it was back in the day because it was back in the day.
I mean, but this is also a good point
So
about Lord. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. But I was just gonna say, like, in terms of time span, that's where I guess I would be like, okay, go ahead. I guess like it being in the same year and it was just a few months ago. I'm like, well, I don't want to know how y'all got to that point so quick. Tell me about that like a year from now, or maybe two, when I ain't thinking about it no more.
Right, but I feel well, even then, I still feel like at that point in time, we have already forgotten about it 7 months past. Like even Lord says, if I see CM Punk and Seth Rollins chilling and bonding over the Chicago Bears, it will ruin everything. There are some rivalries that I think shouldn't get the curtain pulled back. Like if they show us Cody Rhodes and John Cena and everything that's happening there, I don't give a damn. You know, I don't really care
Right
about the,
now,
if they showed us right now what happened between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, I don't expect to see Cody Rhodes taking on John Cena at any point in time. I don't care. You can show me what's going on. If you show me what's happening between CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, I'd be a little hot. You know, if you show me between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, okay, I'd feel some type of way. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, okay, yeah. Well, no, we know they're best friends.
I'm
So,
like, then I'm like, what do you want to see? You're like, all right, just don't show me these really good stuff, but like, you know, that little Chad Gable stuff. Go ahead, show me that.
yeah,
No,
Chad
I'm
Gable, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, like we know they're best friends, like for real, for
true.
real. Roman, John Cena, and Randy Orton, we know their relationship in real life. If they want to pull the curtain back, sure.
I put it like this. You know like how WWE Vault is on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like how they'll go back and kind of like have all this footage from like the 1992 Royal Rumble, just randomly, and I'll be like, dang, you know, like you see like the footage of like Vader like hitting the locker room, Jim Cornette, no pain, and you know, like you, if you saw that then you'd be like, well, dang, like I ain't really, you know, wasn't supposed to see that right now, but it's decades later. So I guess I'm trying to say maybe I'm thinking like little, you know, younger kids that's like kids right now. They'll see all this old, you know, this footage of behind the scenes at WrestleMania 41 with Jey Uso and Gunther or something backstage chopping it up or something. No pun intended. I guess then that's what I guess I'm picturing because I'm like now we seeing like footage from back like in the 90s and stuff that we never saw. Because back then there's no way you would have seen the Undertaker standing next to some arcade back then and just been like, oh, I'm supposed to be scared of him.
But what are they telling us that we don't already know? Like if they saw, like you said, if we saw Jey Uso before he walked out there, Triple H, yeah, we finna put the rocket on you. You're finna make Gunther tap, and we finna make you a legend. We already knew that. You know, like that's something we already knew. Well, we didn't know he was gonna tap, but we knew that Jey Uso was gonna win in the beginning. You
I
know,
guess
we
I put I guess I put like this. This is all fine. Just do it like a year after. That's me. I give you a year, then you can talk about all the things that happened back there. Who didn't come to work with deodorant, all that good stuff.
well, even then with that, as we because we just went on and on about it about without
Sorry.
even hearing about. No, I'm just not. No, I didn't say it was your fault or
I was
anything.
like, I'm sick of this. Keep kayfabe alive.
No, I thought
Bring
no,
them out of the dirt now.
I thought we had some great points, but Stone Cold had his thoughts because look, I mean, between the both of us, we love some wrestling, but well, no, between me and Stone Cold Steve Austin, I love me some wrestling, but I've never been in the ring and got active. Devin and Stone Cold have gotten active in the ring, so their opinion means sway much, and that's I'm not being sarcastic at all. I'm not being an asshole. Like I'm
I
legit
know,
being
but it
dead ass.
just
Like I was like, I didn't want to make it seem like I'm being like like sarcastic. Like I promise you, this is legit. Like, but yeah,
hey, I gotta go back now. You know, like I'm like a whole person less.
Devin
I
was out
go
here
in there
doing arm.
now.
You said what?
Arm drag. No, I was just saying, yeah, I was doing front flips, arm drag, leapfrogs, and I was almost 300 pounds. So
Yeah, I
I'm
was like,
like, shoot,
your finisher was an arm drag.
got the meanest arm drag. You build it up too. Like I try to get it, and like buddy keep moving. I finally get that last arm drag. The crowd, he got it. Buddy's like,
He's
ah.
got
Like,
it.
then I turned it into like a whole like kind of clutch pin. He ain't going nowhere. It's like my backwoods. So look at that. I done made a whole thing for myself. I'm about to go and start my career.
Lord says they tried it before years ago when they showed the Undertaker going to the hospital. It ruined the Undertaker. But even then, he says I'd say 10 years after. I disagree though. We forget about stuff so quickly. Like I'm pretty sure we can't remember what happened 5 months ago. But consider let
It was
alone
War Games. No, it might have been. I might just
right, might have
But
been.
see,
Like we
see,
don't
see
know.
right there, like that they could use that if they want to break down War Games. Cool, it's been months. Them stories that was happening at that moment, there's no way I could connect and go, oh, that's what they was doing. That's when they was thinking about having Paul Heyman go with Seth Rollins. Oh, yeah, like I just no way I could have done that. But I will see what was like the background leading up to how War Games was put together. I'll see that. That will serve its purpose for that.
If they showed us the because I'm pretty sure there's an episode of the Royal Rumble, the behind the scenes of what happened in the Royal Rumble, how the production was, you are not going to watch it.
I mean, see, I will watch it. It's just the fact that it exists. That's all. It just exists so soon. I should say. I'll put it that way. I don't want to sound like I don't want anybody to ever look behind the curtain because obviously they will. They, but
But
it's
you
just
already
with
know this
this.
stuff.
But that's like if I walked out of AEW last night, they told me, yeah, we MJF was already gone. Dobby just did that on purpose, just to get you guys to. I get that. You ain't gotta tell me right now. Like you tell me all this background stuff, like how MJF was supposed to be a part of the Hurt Syndicate, maybe next year or something, when he off doing another venture, like in terms of storyline. Not right now. I don't know. It's like watching a movie and then immediately watching behind the scenes afterwards in the
Well, there's,
theater.
there's a difference. AEW talks too much. They talk too much and they talk too quick. Like they'll do something and then 2 weeks later, Chris Jericho on a podcast. Yeah, we tried to do that. Yeah, that was supposed to. Like that's too quick. You got to give us some time for all this to process all this.
Even like when I think about like a DVD release, when a movie come out in theaters, do they immediately be like, "Oh yeah, stay behind after the credits to see the behind the scenes"? Ain't nobody finna sit down and see how this thing was made. They still want like, "Oh my god, that's crazy." I mean, it depends on what they watching. They wait till months later when the DVD come out, when you ain't even thinking about it in the theater no more. You ain't all trying to, that excitement and euphoria is gone. So now you can go and be like, "Dang, that's how they did that part of the scene." I didn't know that part was practical. I don't know. It's just you see what I'm saying.
I think that's bull because I feel like if there was an end credit where you could watch a behind the scenes something behind the scenes and movie related,
And why they
I
don't
think you
do it?
would be stuck in your chair. I think
Why
you
they
would
don't
be
do it then?
stuck.
Why they wait till the DVD release? Because it'd be
You would
months after
wait.
the movie
You would
came out.
wait until the DVD release after watching. Well, that's a movie. I'm talking movie wise, but like wrestling.
I'm giving you like the point of like in terms of pulling back a curtain, like seeing how something was put together. Like how soon do you want to know that? Like you want to walk out the next day in the morning and find out what they knew Jay was gonna win since like Survivor Series.
But from what I saw, there was something of like the video of Triple H. Somebody check on ISO Speed. What's
That's
the
fine
problem?
for
Like, what's
that's
wrong
fine
with
for
it?
ISO Speed and his stuff. That would be fine for just that. But in terms of you showing me like Cody and like Kevin Owens' match, it just happened.
Yeah, Kevin Owens and Cody. Show me that. Sure. I don't care.
Hey, look, I will watch it regardless. I guess I'm just trying to adjust to this shift of timing of pulling back the curtain. I'm used to like getting like, hey, I'm seeing this 1980s footage I never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna be wild about nothing in the future. Then they're gonna be like, well, I already knew Jay was gonna win. And when Triple H talked to him, I saw it, the day after WrestleMania. Ain't nobody gonna have that feeling of like, dang, I shouldn't have seen that, but I saw it. I don't know.
But I saw it.
You're right. It is a different day. maybe I'm just the old head, but I'm gonna be that old head, and I'm gonna watch it. But I'm gonna just grit my teeth like should have been a year. Should have been a year.
Well, but that's the thing. Lord agrees, but also the person that I think is important in this whole thing is Stone Cold, because he was on Ariel Hawani's show and he explained that he prefers to keep wrestling secrets hidden. He says that's where I'm a little old school on that. I'm a big Magic fan, but if Harry Houdini is still around, I don't want him to tell me how he does it. I want to figure out how he does it. If I can't, then I'll keep wondering and keep watching. Don't tell me how he's doing it. Let's see if I can figure it out myself. I know it's not magic, it's an illusion, but let me keep wondering about that illusion. But this is where this man is full of bull, because where do we get the infamous quote of, is that what we're doing? Because if that's not the case, I ain't fucking coming. You just literally told us behind the scenes of why you got fired and why you took your ball and went home, as Vince McMahon said. You've shown us on many a times you getting paralyzed with Owen Hart and your match. It has to do some Mickey roll up to get. Not trying to insult the roll up, but you have to pull a Mickey roll up to get the win. You told us about that match. You told us about your rivalry with the Undertaker. You told us about your rivalry with Vince McMahon. You pulled
How
the curtain
soon did
behind
he? But how soon did he pull the curtain back though?
this when he came out with that quote that said, if that's what we're doing, I ain't effing coming. That Stone Cold documentary came out in what, maybe 09, and he walked out in 03.
That's like 5 or some years later. Ain't nobody was thinking about it no more. We was looking at John Cena every day. We didn't care. We was in a new generation. Going back to an old, like now if they were pulling back the curtains on like WrestleMania like 31 or something, like that's an old generation where like I don't care no more. Is every the entire landscape is changed. So
But
no matter
he's
what you tell me,
but he's saying, I don't want them to tell me how we do it. Don't tell me how he's doing it. Let's see if I can figure it out myself. I know it's not magic, it's an illusion, but keep wondering about that illusion. You're making it seem like like you just refuse to pull back the curtain, when in actuality you've done it on numerous
what's
numerous times.
well see that's the insanity of the whole thing because can't nobody take back when it was revealed. Like that's the point. If somebody like the Flash or somebody could go back to the very moment whoever first said, "Hey man, look, this is that's how you would do it," and then I guess stop everybody else since then. But who would do that? It's out there now. Like I said, kayfabe is dead. It's just don't be outside my house going, because I'm gonna throw a rock at you because I know it's dead. Leave me alone. Like I get it. I get it. I know. Just you ain't gotta sit up here and go, oh yeah, we had to check on ISO speed. I ain't hear nothing like he was fine to stream the next day or whatever. So I know he was okay. That's the whole point. The whole point of wrestling that blow my mind is I'm supposed to watch it and think they killing each other, but in reality they protected each other. That's what the insanity. When I tell, like, if I was to even tell somebody like, yeah, look like he was trying to take his head off, but did you see how he, yada yada to make sure he wasn't compromised? Like it's, but some people are not gonna pick it up. Then it's like it's be cool once you to train your eye to see some stuff like that, and then you appreciate the professionalism of it more. That's all.
But that's even going to that professionalism. Lord says they shouldn't show us any Drew stuff, which I agree. That's keeping it professional. But even he goes on to say the Bret Hart documentary was 3 years after the screw job. That was way worse. But time has passed, and that was a point in time where I feel like it was a little unacceptable at that point. Even when Stone Cold did it, in 2000, I feel like that was a point in time where it's still a little, you're walking on eggshells there. And Stone Cold's always pulled the curtain back. Always have pulled the curtain. If so for him, no, well, I don't like that they're doing this docuseries, but when they make a documentary about me, or when they make an autobiography, or when they make another
He
documentary about
said,
somebody else, it's
he
fine.
said, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fair game now because it's about somebody else. It's not about the WWE themselves. It's not about the company doing it. But other people could do it individually and independently as much as they please.
So I know we've been on this like for a minute, but this is my last little piece I'll try to like dissect for you. How about like this? Is it like the in ring kind of like once the action got brought to the ring? Is it that kind of like insight you would want to know, or just like in terms of them already going all the way to the writers' room, like showing all these different guys are sitting at this table with Triple H, and you see on the board like, oh, we could probably do CM Punk versus Seth. No, we could probably do CM Punk versus Roman. No, it's like, do you want to see all of that or just the actual like before we work the match in terms of not before we plan out who's what and doing what against who. I
Show
guess
me,
that's the part where I'm like, dang, like I was like, I don't really need to see the writers' room. Like
show
it's
me, show
me.
me everything. Show me absolutely everything. I mean, it goes on to just
Hey,
say,
we just
oh, it says Austin shares a genuine depiction. There it goes. Reveals a brand new docuseries called Unreal, where it shows fans what goes on behind the scenes of WWE. But it's pretty much just showing you the production side of it. I don't think it's gonna show us like how they book it. I think it's just gonna show us the production side of things.
I don't know,
Which
man.
even then,
When I seen that picture of that table and I seen all them men sitting up there in Triple H at the head of the table, no pun intended. I don't feel like I
ah,
needed to see that much. You could show me all backstage, but as soon as you go to that room, I don't even know who putting this together. I really don't. Cause I don't need it. So, but
um,
like I said, I will watch it because it's just out there. It ain't like I can just burn my eyes, and not watch it or something. I don't know. So it's there. And like I said, kayfabe is dead. And what do you want me to do? I can't
I
bring
do
them
think
back.
I do think there is a timeline for it, but it's just a matter of uh, what goes on in the situation.